Before the world knew reggae as the heartbeat of rebellion and joy, there was a Jamaican boy with a voice like sunshine who carried it across oceans. He starred in the film that turned a genre into a global revolution. He inspired generations, from Bob Marley to modern stars, with songs that screamed defiance and hope. But today, on November 24th, 2025, that voice has fallen silent forever. Jimmy Cliff, the eternal king of reggae, has crossed over at 81, leaving a void in music and souls worldwide. If Many Rivers to Cross ever got you through a storm, hit that like button now, because this is the story of a legend who climbed every cliff, and the tributes pouring in like rain. Let's honor him. Early life, from hurricane-born poverty to first sparks of genius. July 30th, 1944. Somerton, St. James, Jamaica. A hurricane rages through the island, destroying homes and dreams, but in the chaos, James Chambers is born, the second youngest of 8 kids in a family scraping by on sugarcane wages. No electricity, barefoot treks to school, and a father who tailored clothes by candlelight. Poverty wasn't just a word, it was their world. But young James had a gift, a voice that could hush storms. By 12, he's harmonizing in church choirs, dreaming bigger than the hills around him. At 14, he renames himself Jimmy Cliff, because, as he'd later say, I wanted to climb to the top of the world. Sneaking into Kingston's talent contests, he lands his first single, Hurricane Hattie, in 1962. It's a smash in Jamaica, but Jimmy's eyes are on the horizon. The Harder They Come, the film and soundtrack that ignited a revolution. 1965. Jimmy heads to London at the invitation of Island Records' Chris Blackwell, blending ska, soul, and R&B into something explosive. But 1972 changes everything. A gritty Jamaican film needs a star who can act, sing, and embody the struggle. Enter Jimmy Cliff. He stars as Ivanhoe Martin in The Harder They Come, a tale of a musician turned outlaw in Kingston's underbelly. Jimmy doesn't just act, he pours his soul into the soundtrack. You can get it if you really want. Many Rivers to Cross, Sitting in Limbo, and the raw title track. The low-budget flick becomes a midnight cult sensation in the US and Europe. Suddenly, dreadlocks and reggae rhythms flood college campuses from New York to Paris. Rolling Stone dubs it the godfather of reggae cinema. While Marley was rising, Jimmy was the pioneer, selling out arenas in Brazil and beyond, proving Jamaica's sound could conquer empires. Global triumphs, Brazil's Godfather, Grammys, and Unbreakable Spirit. Jimmy's magic hit hardest in Brazil. In 1970, a Portuguese take on Many Rivers to Cross goes platinum, the first reggae to do so in South America. To this day, he's a deity there. Fans mob airports in Rio, a street in Salvador bears his name, and at 80, he headlined Rock in Rio for 60,000 screaming souls. Back home, he wins Jamaica's Order of Merit in 2003, the nation's highest civilian honor. 2 Grammys follow, Best Reggae Recording for Cliffhanger in 1986 and Best Reggae Album for Rebirth in 2010. Covers by Bruce Springsteen, Willie Nelson, and the Rolling Stones keep his fire alive. At 49, I Can See Clearly Now blasts to Billboard's Top 20 via Cool Runnings, his biggest US hit ever. Jimmy didn't chase trends, he created them, weaving humanitarian anthems like Vietnam into calls for peace that echoed through the decades. Faith, family, and the quiet strength behind the legend. In the late 70s, amid fame's whirlwind, Jimmy seeks deeper roots. He converts to Islam, adopting the name El Hajj Naim Bashir, and retreats to Africa, Nigeria, and Senegal become his spiritual homes for years. The 80s bring quieter times, but he never quits. Father to 17 children across 6 partners, he calls them all blessings from Jah. His wife, Latifah Chambers, and kids Lilty and Akan are his anchors. They split time between a serene hilltop home in St. Catherine, Jamaica, modest, open-hearted, no fortress walls, and global tours. Jimmy drove a simple Toyota SUV locally, demanded fresh coconut water and ackee on his rider, and stayed sober for decades. Yoga, mountain air, and faith fueled him. At 81, he still leaped on stage with backflips, his energy a testament to living clean and loving deep. As he once said, "The soul reincarnates, I'm just vibrating higher now." The Sudden Crossing, Cause of Death and Final Days. November 24th, 2025. The news hits like thunder. Jimmy Cliff has crossed over. In a heartbreaking Instagram post from his official page, wife Latifah Chambers shares the unimaginable. "It's with profound sadness that I share that my husband, Jimmy Cliff, has crossed over due to a seizure followed by pneumonia." Signed by Latifah, Lilty, and Akan, it reads, "Jimmy, my darling, may you rest in peace. I will follow your wishes." To all his fans around the world, please know that your support was his strength throughout his whole career. Details are private, but sources confirm the seizure struck suddenly, leading to a fierce battle with pneumonia that proved too much for even this unbreakable spirit. Jimmy, ever the optimist, had been planning a new album blending reggae with Afrobeat just weeks ago. A final climb he won't finish on this side. Tributes, a world in mourning for the reggae pioneer. The outpouring is immediate and seismic. Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness declares, "A true cultural giant whose music carried the heart of our nation to the world. Jimmy Cliff told our story with honesty and soul." Culture Minister Olivia Babsy-Grange weeps, "I have lost a friend, and Jamaica has lost one of its greatest sons. Rest in eternal peace, Jimmy. Your light, your music, and your spirit will live on forever." UB40's Ali Campbell. "Absolutely heartbroken, a reggae forefather." Global icons chime in. Paul Simon recalls collaborations that changed my soul. Stereogum hails him as one of the greatest reggae singers of all time. On X, fans flood timelines. "RIP to the man who made The Harder They Come, my anthem for survival." Jimmy Cliff didn't just sing. He crossed every river, harder than they came, opening doors for Mali, for all of us chasing dreams against the odds. Today, we mourn, but his vibration echoes eternal. In the comments, share your favorite Jimmy memory. Was it "You Can Get It If You Really Want," lifting your spirit, or "Many Rivers to Cross," mapping your path? Smash like if his legacy moves you, subscribe, and ring the bell for more on their profiles. Because next, we celebrate another icon who shaped our soundtracks. This is their profiles. Rest in power, Jimmy. Blessed love forever.